Welcome back once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe, all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. And we are obviously today taking a look at the retro carded Marvel Legends Hercules figure. Now these boxes are hard to get into, but I'm obviously an out-of-box collector, so let's get straight into it and have a look at him out of the box. My initial thoughts is that he's a really nice looking figure. What does he come with? Well, he comes with a set of additional hands, so they're closed-fisted hands like that. He also comes with his trusty golden mace, which on first inspections looks really quite nice. And he also comes with an alternate head. So there's two looks here. Let's have a look at this one first. This is kind of the more angry head, should we say, or the kind of the more serious head. And the sculpting's really nice. The paint detail's really nice. Yeah, overall he looks really good, and there's really no complaints there. The paint apps are all nice. Let's just pop this head off and take a look at the second head. So the second head is a little bit more comical. He's got kind of a cheesy kind of grin on his face. And I think it really suits the character. It really suits the Hercules character. So I think this is probably the head that I'm going to keep. Just put them side by side and you can see, if we can not drop them. But there is two distinctively different looks. So one of them is a much more kind of cheerful, jokey look. One of them is a much more sort of serious and straight to business look. I think the cheerful one is what I'm going to keep on my figure, and I'll pop him on there just for the sake of the review as well, just because I think it reflects the character in the comic books from what I remember reading anyway. So my initial thoughts, articulation wise, got all the standard points of articulation. He hasn't got the like the butterfly joints in his shoulders, so it's just sort of up, down, left, right, etc. What's a shame though is that there's pinless tech on the legs, but not on the arms. So those them peg holes look really stand out on the arms. Unfortunately, would have been nice if they'd put some sort of pinless arms on him, especially as he's not got any clothing. He's literally got his pants and his belt. It would have been nice for them to utilise that pinless tech and kind of give us a really sort of smooth finish on him. So if I put his mace in his hand, I'll put that in his right hand. It slots in quite easy. The hands move quite easy, so you can get that in, and there's a good solid grip on there as well. I'll just change these hands over. You can see as well the cuffs do come off. They're not attached to the figure, so that's an option as well. And what's a really nice detail is that their body hair that they've got on him actually run all the way down to the wrists. So let's just take both cuffs off just so we can have a little bit of a closer look there. But yeah, the body hair actually runs all the way down to the wrist. So if you do want to go for a version without the gold cuffs, then there is that option as well. Now let's see, the peg holes there really do stand out, which is a real shame. I think it could have been avoided, would have made the figure kind of that little bit better in my opinion, but still not a massive complaint. You know, I've got so many figures with pegs, just feeling a bit spoilt because obviously we're now getting figures that are pinless. So there he is without his cuffs, but I am going to put them back on because there's not a huge amount to his costume, so it'd be a shame to actually take away one part of it for the sake of just being able to. So I'm going to put those back on, but at least you see that that's an option. Now the character Hercules in Marvel Comics is of course based on Hercules from Greek mythology, and he debuted in Marvel Comics in the 60s. Now this isn't the first time we've had a Hercules figure from Marvel Legends. We have also had the more modern version, so here he is for a side-by-side comparison. And when this modern version first came out, a lot of people did ask for the classic version. Now this is a really weird detail for me to point out, but what's really nice is the arm hair and the body hair is in fact different on both characters. So the new retro one, the arm hair goes all the way down to the wrists, where on the modern version it doesn't. If you actually have a look at the chest hair, it's actually very different, which is a nice little detail from the guys at Hasbro. Now if I just pop off the modern one's head, you can actually fit one of the new retro heads on the modern body. I'm not sure if you want to though, because obviously it then clashes with the modern look, but you do have that option now. I really do like this modern head with the kind of the longer hair and the kind of the younger looking face. But anyway, side by side they do look like the same character but very different, which is a nice thing when it comes to a re-release. Now what I do like about Hercules is when he did debut in Marvel Comics, he fought against Thor, and then when he came in the next issue I think it was, they acted as if they knew they'd only just met for the first time, and it turns out that that debut version of Hercules wasn't actually Hercules at all. I think it was a phantom or a ghost or something like that. I can't remember, my memory doesn't serve me too well, but he is obviously a friend of Thor's, and he has been a member of the Avengers on and off, so he is definitely a character to have for that classic Avengers lineup if you are collecting it. Now for me, the modern version didn't really fit in with that kind of classic Avengers lineup, so I'm really pleased that they've given us a retro card version. I'll just move the modern one off just so that we can round up the review, just taking a look at this classic Hercules. Now I think it's a bit of a niche figure, I don't think everybody's going to want it, but as I said, if you are collecting classic look characters or the classic Avengers lineup, then he's definitely one worth picking up, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. My only real complaint is that they didn't use the pinless tech in the arms, which would have made it just even better. But there we go, great figure. If you're enjoying the 5-minute figure reviews, please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things, and do check out my other videos. See you soon.